Hey there everyone, back again with another video, and in this video we're going to learn something about Nuxt.js. The point I have started my software development journey, I have always worked on mobile app development. Okay, I have worked with native part too. I have worked with Flutter, and if you're not new to this channel, you all know that I have been making applications, real world application. Like I've been cloning real world applications like food delivery app to the room delivery app, sorry, room booking app, and I have also made the Instagram clone app, and I know that that series is still on hold, and I will continue that. Just bear up with me. From the last few months I was working on the web development part. Yeah, and I have came across many of the frameworks from library, and I have mostly worked with each and every of them. And I have worked with Angular, I have worked with React, I have worked with Vue, and I have felt that yeah, each and every framework or library has some of their powers and some of their what are you going to say, each have a pro and each have a con of that. But the point I have started working with Nuxt.js, the ease it provides, I've just fell in love with that. Okay, so without wasting any time, let's just dive right into my presentation, and after that I will focus on what you can say. Okay, so firstly, what is Nuxt.js? Okay, Nuxt.js is a framework based on Vue.js. Okay, and it basically it is based on official libraries of Vue like routing, Vuex, and Vue. Okay, and it has a powerful development tools like Webpack, Babel, PostCSS. Okay, basically these are things that are written. I have copied them from the official document of Nuxt.js. Okay, so what is the pro of Nuxt.js? It is very good in SEO. Okay, if you create an application using Nuxt.js, then your application will definitely rank in SEO. And if you write it in a simple view, then it will face some issues because your content that is shown on the site is dynamically fetched. Okay, being it a single page application, so content will dynamically fetched, so the data will not be sorry, the website will not be SEO optimized. But Nuxt.js provide you that feature that your site will be SEO optimized. Okay, it will provide you a structure as every framework provides you, and it supports server-side rendering. Vue.js does not support server-side rendering, but um, it supports, but it's a complex to start give server-side rendering in Vue app, but Nuxt.js supports that. Okay, so what is the cons of Nuxt.js? Being Vue.js new to this web development family, so it has a small community, and due to this small community we have a lack of plugins. Okay, if you want to do something and if you are facing some problem, being a small community, you have to do your own research, you have to play with your own codes. You cannot work, you cannot find answer on Stack Overflow. Okay, you can find simple and problem answers, but if you get a problem and stuck with the problem that is nobody has stuck, then you have to find your own answer. Okay, or if you have to find some workaround for that. Okay, and the third thing is it is hard in debugging, and React and Angular are easy in debugging, but Vue is hard in debugging. This is the fact. Okay, so third thing is what the inspiration. Okay, Nuxt.js was made after seeing Next.js, which is a framework on Next.js, sorry, React. Okay, so Next.js is a framework of React, and it gives the power to React that React doesn't have. Similarly, Nuxt.js gives the power to Vue that Vue doesn't have. Okay, so this is, and one thing is that what is the, how do I say, prerequisite of creating Next.js application. Basically there is no prerequisite. We all know little bit about HTML, we all know little bit about CSS, and if you know little bit about JavaScript, then definitely you can work with it. Okay, you should know little bit about, or you can say that 40-50% of JavaScript, then you can play with it. I have read a tweet on Twitter. It says that if you want to hire a Vue.js developer, then just hire a JavaScript developer and give him the Vue docs, and after 24 hours he will be he or she will be Vue.js developer. Okay, so it's so much easy for that. Okay, so this is my handles. You can contact me on any handle. Okay, GitHub, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and I try to answer each and every question that you put on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and also on my WhatsApp group. The link will be in the description of Instagram. Just go over there, join my WhatsApp Flutter group, and if you're facing any problem in Flutter, then I will answer that. We have a community of approximately 400-500 people on WhatsApp, and if I'm not gonna answer your question, then definitely someone else will answer your question. Okay, so let's just start working. Okay, let me show you the Next.js.org official site of Next.js. Okay, so this is the official site of Next.js, and this is the GitHub repo of Next.js. Just go over there, fork it, play with your code, play with your JavaScript, make your own plugin, and work around with this. You can see that we have approximately 280 contributors in Next.js, but if I compare it with Next.js, is Next.js GitHub, yeah. It has more than 1,000 contributors. Okay, so it has a small community. So if you are thinking of future in this, but as far as my concern, this is my opinion that Vue.js will definitely take over everything, every framework in future. I have not seen future, but it's, I'm just saying that. So how to install that? You can just follow all the installation guide. You can just create a package.json by npm init and just give this code and other stuff, but I'm gonna use this create next app. I'm gonna use the npx create next app, my app, and I have already done that because that command takes a little bit while to create your application. Just npx create react app, my app, and it will create everything for you. It will ask some question, just give your answer. I have just done everything no, for none for css part, sorry, bootstrap and other thing none, for linting tools I have given none, and other stuff. Okay, so everything is none. So it will create the application, and let's just go inside our application. Firstly, I will tell you about the structure of that application, what it is, and after that I will run the code and show you. Okay, so firstly, next.config.js, basically this is the configuration file of your application. Okay, you can give the global css, just you can give the path of your global css here, css. Okay, you can give your plugin. There is an update available. I don't know how many update VS Code gives. Okay, and then if you want to use any font, you can just give a font like rel style sheet href and the link of that style sheet. Okay, here. So let's see, and after that we have a store. This store basically this store plugin middleware component layout, these are the simple folders, you can name them anything, but Next.js has said that you can use them like this only. I'm not going to delete anything. Okay, you can use the state management component and other stuff here in the store. Static has all the static files like five icon and other thing. You can see the readme, what is directory is not required, directory contains static files, each file inside the directory is mapped to slash. Okay, this is the service worker. Okay, for because I have chosen the progressive web app. We have a plugin part, there is nothing in that. This directory contains javascript plugin that you want to run before mounting the root Vue.js application. Leave it. Basically page dot index.view, pages has a file index.view and it has some code. Okay, it has some HTML code, it has some script tag, then it has some styles. Okay, let me run the application and then let's see npm run dev. Let me see package.json npm run dev. Okay, so it will just start my application. Let's just wait for that. Okay, let's see. This is the asset folder. You can create all your asset, like you can create your global css here, you can create your global js file here. Okay, we have a component, you can create any component. If your application is compressed of many components, then you can create your components here, logo.view and other stuff. Okay, this is the logo of that. Okay, then we have a layout, and this layout file is the default.view file is the starting point of your application. If you have worked with React, then this file is equals to index.js file in React. Okay, you can see that my application is now listening to 3000. I don't know why these developers have 3000. They're in love with 3000 because React also runs on 3000, Vue also runs, sorry, Next.js also run on this, Nuxt.js also run on this. Leave it. Okay, so you see that my application is this. Okay, so let's just dive right into our code. Let me just give something here. If I type something, hi, save, you can see that we have a hi here. Okay, it means that this hi will be included in each and every page that I will be creating. Okay, I will just talk about that later. Okay, now what we can do is that I can create header, and let's just give it a name of my app, and after that let me give it in navigation bar, navigation, and let's just li live. What it will have home. Let's just copy and paste this, paste, about, contact, service. Let's just remove this. Okay, you can see that we have everything. Okay, and now what we want to do, we want to give them a linking part. Okay, so firstly what we are gonna learn, how we can use routing. Okay, so one thing what we will do is that let's just not do in this way. Okay, we have a layout. So what we will do is that we will create a folder like utils. This is our utility. No, not this is not our not utility. It will have something. We will name that navigation. Okay, navigation. Okay, and inside that we will create a nav dot view. Okay, in that nav dot we will just give some templates. Okay, if you are doing this for the first time, it will just pop up you for this download extension. Okay, so I have downloaded a extension Vuter, I think so. Okay, and now what we will do is that view div, and inside that I will just copy each and everything that I have given here from header to header, paste it here. Okay, so before that I have let it be, and before that what, let me show you. We have a index page, so we will have about dot view. Okay, we have a contact dot view, we have a service dot view. Okay, and here what I will do is that I'm gonna just give it a division, and inside that I'm gonna give hi am h1. Okay, in the similar way I will copy each and everything, and in the similar way I will copy paste it here. This is the I am about page, save contact, so it will be contact page. Okay, and after that I am service page. Okay, so what view gives you that? If you have worked with view, then if you are going with router, then you have to work with what you can say, you have to give the view path, then you have to give the component, then only your path where your application will run. But in the Next.js, just you have to create the pages, and after that just your routing is done. Okay, then what we will do, one sec, let's say slash about, we have about I'm about page. Okay, slash service I'm service page. Basically this you can relate this thing from the point of PHP, like just you have to create the page and everything is handled by PHP for the routing. Slash home page is home.php is there. Okay, so this will do that. Okay, now what we will do, we will we have created a layout. Okay, you can see that we have created layout, we have our nav. Okay, so what we will use the navigation. So we have a next link, sorry, not next child, next link. This will give you the linking property. Okay, slash this will give you the linking property, and inside that we will have home. Okay, so let me just copy and paste this everywhere, paste, paste, copy and paste this, and just copy this everywhere, copy, paste, paste, paste. Okay, in 2 being this is the about part, so we will go with about. Down we have a contact part, we will go with contact. We have a service part, then we will go with service. You don't have to give this slash for routing. Okay, you don't have to give this slash. I have some problem in here. Routing. Okay, so I want to use this file. Okay, this file in my index. Okay, so how we can use that? Let me firstly remove each and everything that is here division. I'm not gonna use them. Then after that I have a nav. Okay, and now this nav has to be imported. So how we can import this here? Import nav from where we have to go back to our, we have that in layout, then we have navigation, then we have nav. Okay, we will save this thing, let it run. We will save this thing, let it run. One sec. Oh sorry, we have to give components, then we have to just call that nav here. We have to save components, then we have to just, you can see that we have a nav bar here. Okay, so now what we will do, if we click on the about page, it will take you to the about page. It will contact, it will take you to the contact. Service, then it will take you to the service part. Okay, contact, it will take you to the contact, but service, I think I should include this thing here. The nav part should be in the default part, because we want these things on each and every page, and then we want to use this cut with the style tag. We have to call a style tag, sorry, script tag. Okay, then we paste this here, save, save. Okay, we have a navigation component. You can see that we have our application here. Okay, now what we can do, let me just see it properly. Now what we can do is that we can just add some CSS to our navigation part. Okay, so what we will do, we will just give it a class. The class will be nav. Okay, and inside that style the nav will have some properties. No, nav is same to this nav bar. Okay, now I will give it a property of background color. Background color should be black, and the color of text should be white. Let me save that. Will it come on? Okay, yeah, we have this thing. Okay, and now what we will do, we will just give it a display of flex, and flex direction should be row. Save, and flex direction, okay, flex direction is row. And now what we will do, okay, what we will do is that we will justify content. a class nav bar, sorry, nav bar ul, okay, and after that nav bar ul. What we can do, we can just copy this thing here only, save. We have application here, okay, and now a space between. We have application here, and now a space between. Okay, we can see that our app text is. Okay, we can see that our text is overlapping. So what we can do now, can we remove this overlapping? No, I want that content at the end only. So now what we want is that, okay, now what we can do, dot and li, and we will give it a margin from right, and we will give it a margin from right. We will give margin from right like 25 pixel. Is it good? Yeah, to some point you can work with the CSS and play around with the CSS and make it more good looking. Okay, now what we will do, one thing, we can just give it align items center, so that we have some center items. Yes, and now what we will do is that we want to remove the li text decoration. Can we remove this text decoration from here? No. I think text decoration will be removed in another way. We are not able to, we cannot remove this. Okay, we will figure it out how we can remove that. One thing I think we can do, if we give it a class, okay, this is my final try for removing that. Text decoration none, and color should be white. Yes, we have done that. About page, contact page, service page, home page. Okay, so we have done it. Now what I want to do, we have worked with, we have played with our, what you can say, we have played with our routing part. Okay, now let's just give some paragraph, and let's just give it a h1 tag. Hi, I am index page. Okay, and after that we will give it a paragraph or h3 my next js tutorial. Okay, and after that we will just give it lorem ipsum. We will just give it a lorem ipsum. Okay, so it will just show us some content. Why it says no matching tag? Sorry, no matching tag. Okay, so if I come to my home page, you can see that our content, we have our content. So what we can do is that we can just play with the I don't want these things, so let me just remove. Can I remove this? Will my content be enough here? And I have our content. Okay, so what I will do now, let me have this. Okay, what I will do, I will just give some css. Okay, or leave it. Let's just work around with the concepts without focusing on the css, and the whole code will be in the description below, so you can just figure it out how and the updated code will be also available on GitHub. I will do some css changes there. Okay, I will do everything on this contact part. Okay, so let's just close each and everything. I have shown you how we can use routing. Okay, one second, one thing, let me show you. What I want to show you is that one second. Yes, we have our about page, and below that what I will do, we will have a what you can see input box. We will have a input. The type of input will be text, and after that this text to what we will have, we will just give, let me give it a placeholder. Placeholder will be edit me. Okay, and below that I'm gonna just work with the data binding part. Okay, how we can data bind the application. So your text is okay, and now let me just close this tag. So how we can get this data into our data here. Okay, so what we will do, we have something called model. Okay, model is something which is also present in Angular, so it's also present here. So we can just go and type v dash model. Okay, and after that model you can just give it a name. I'm gonna give it a message, okay, or msg, and we will use it here, msg. In React we have a single squiggly, and in Vue we have a double squiggly. Okay, so let's just save it. Let's just go to our about page. You can see that it's written edit me, and if I type something we cannot see anything here because we haven't bind that data into our application. So how we can bind that? So for binding that we have to call that message, that variable, msg variable, into our application. Okay, so how we can call that? We have a default.export. Okay, and inside that what we will do, we will create a data function. Basically this data function contains all the information, all the variables that you are using in your application. Okay, So we have a msg, okay, and we will give it a blank text, okay, or we can give it a hello also. Save. And if I come here, okay, come on, should run. Let me just rerun it. Okay, it shows us a error. Should be a return object. Okay, yes, uh, we should have a return here, return, and inside quickly we should copy, cut, paste it. Save. Every data will be inside this return function. Every data will be inside this return, and let's just save it, rerun it. Okay, you can see that we have hello by default, and if I remove this, you can see that my data is now binded with the input box. Hi, I am Akash. Okay, it's now binded with the data. And now what we can do is that we can just bind this with something. Okay, let it be. So in this similar way, what we can do, we can create a counter here. Counter, let me give it a comma. We have created a counter, and the starting value of counter is 0. We have created a counter, and the starting value of counter and is 0. What we have a button. Button. It has minus sign, and below that we have a paragraph tag or span tag, where we can show the counter. Okay, where we can show the counter. Okay, and in the similar way, copy and paste it here, and we will have a button. Save it. We can see that we have a minus button, 0 and plus, and we want to increase and decrease this variable depending upon your button click. Okay, so what we can do, we have something called on listener in React click, on click, and on click is the basic property of React only, sorry, JavaScript. So what we will do is that we will create on click. You can see that we have click. If you wanna use like this, v click, v on click, you can also use like this. If v dash on, then we can use click. Come on, there is something like this. Let it. There is some. I know that this is one property that I have been using from last few months, so I will use this only, and we will give it a function name. I will give it a increment. Okay, and in this similar way, I will give this function name. I will give it a increment button also a decrement. Okay, and where should we create this function? We have to create this function after this data tag. Okay, data function. Sorry, this function, comma, and we will create a methods data function, comma, and we will create a methods, and inside that we will create a named function. So we will have what we have a increment function, copy, paste. What we have a increment function. Okay, and after that, in the similar way, we have a decrement function. Okay, and after copy, that, in the similar way, we have paste. Okay, and what we can do, you have basically seen that most of the time when we click on some button, or if we route to some pages, we refresh our application. But I don't want to refresh my application. So what we can use is that I will use prevent default. Okay, prevent default basically prevents the application from reloading. Okay, but Vue has provided us with something else. What Vue has said that you can use this also. E.prevent default is also going to work, but you can also give dot prevent default on your click only. Dot prevent, we have at the rate click dot prevent, and it will just prevent the application from reloading. Dot prevent. Okay, basically this will work only when if you are working with form. Okay, and if you are working with form and on submit, what the form does is that it will refresh your application and it will try to redirect you to some other page or anything else, because the form is doing thing like that. It has an action, it has a method, and form redirect you to the method part, and method part does the thing. Okay, so what our increment function will do, it will increment this counter. So how we can use this counter? This dot counter, we have a this dot counter and plus plus. In the similar way, copy, paste, minus, save. Okay, plus, okay. So I have just decrement. Okay, this is decrement. Copy, paste, increment, save. Okay, plus you can see that my counter is going up. Let me just increase the size. You can see that my counter is going up and my counter is going down. Hello, I am. Okay, so you can see that the thing I type here, everything is given here. Okay, and now what I want to do is that I want to have some function that can redirect me to some other page, because in our web development field, what we do is that if someone signs in with the correct credential, then he should redirect to some other page. So what React has, it has a use history. It will just push the thing. So in the similar way, what we are gonna do, we are gonna create a button, and this button will have a go to login page. Okay, basically you can use this concept anywhere that you want, and we can just copy paste this thing here, paste and increment. One second, we will not call increment, we will call the login. Okay, and after this we will create a login function. Okay, and we want to redirect to login page, but before we have to create a login page, login dot view. Okay, and just template div closed and just h1 hi I am login page. Okay, and after that what we will do, we will just go with this dot and we want to route this. Okay, so what we will do, we have to route this application to our page. Okay, so we will use router, ROU, this dot router dot, what you can use, push, and inside that we will give it a path, and that will be slash login. Router, I think router spelling is right. I think yes, spelling is right. One second. Okay, and then let us come to our application, go to login page. It will redirect it to hi I am login page. In the similar way, go to login page, I am login page. Okay, this is something Vue.js has given us already. Okay, and what we can do now, the most uh, what you can say, awaited thing, or the thing I want. The vi- main motive of this video was to show you how we can use the state management in our application. Okay, so what we will do here, uh, I will go to my middleware layout section. Also we have nav.view. What I will do is that I will use Vuex for using the state management. Okay, and I have worked with Redux, I have worked with context API, I have worked with what you can say, NGRX, or sorry, RG, NGRX also, but I have found this method as the easiest method of state management. Okay. So firstly, what we will do, we will add Vuex. Okay, we have to add Vuex into our application. Okay, so let's just go to Vuex. U where is V? Vuex, Vuex. Okay, vuex.vue.js.org is the official site of Vuex. Okay, let's see. Come on, yeah, and it has a state management pattern, how we can install each and everything is there. Let's go to installation part. You can use install this. Okay, you can use anything, npm install vuex dash dash save, or add red vuex next, or yarn. I'm gonna use yarn, view x. You can use npm also, it's totally fine. Okay, so let it just install it. Was having my tea. And yeah guys, just comment me down that are you willing to learn GraphQL, because from last few months, at the point I started working with this web development area, I across with GraphQL, and the point the ease it give us, the security GraphQL give us is mind blowing. So if you want a video on GraphQL, just comment me down. I will make a full tutorial on GraphQL, how we can use GraphQL, how it is better than REST APIs. Okay, REST APIs are good also, but there are many REST calls for getting a simple data. So for that data, GraphQL give us a many good things, and it also gives a security to your application. Okay, just we will just see. If you want, just comment me down, I will make a video on that. Let it just install UX. We will meet up after this UX installs. Okay, so you can see that my Vue.js is now installed. Okay, so what we will do now, just given an error. Let it be. Let's just restart the application. Let's just restart the application. Okay, so we have home page, we have about page, we have contact page, we have service page. Okay, and the point I click on login, it takes me to login page, and we are on about page. We are this is working. So now I want to use a state management for using this counter on another page, okay, or another component. So how we can use this on another component, this is the main thing. Okay, so what we will do now, we have a store folder. Okay, we have a store folder. I will create a index dot js file here. Inside this in the parallel to readme.md, I will create index.js file. Okay, and inside that index.js file, what we will do is that we will firstly if you go to this documentation, you can see that it says just download or import this view and vuex. I'm gonna just copy this and paste it here. I love giving semicolons to my end line. Okay, and after that what we will do, we will create a state. So we will just we can create a const state. Okay, we have a constant, not this dot state, come on. Okay, and after that basically this will be a function, so it will be a ES7 ES7 or ES6, let it be. Okay, and inside that it will have a parenthesis first. Okay, and inside this parenthesis what we will have, we will have a counter because I want to use that counter, and along with that I want to use that name. Okay, I will give it a name like this. Okay, and I will, what I will do is that I will export this state so that I can use this everywhere. Okay, and after exporting this, how we can use this, because this I have just created this state, so how we can use that. For creating this state we have to just mutate the state. Okay, so what we will do, export const, and we have a mutation for mutation. Okay, we have a mutations, and what we will do now, what we will do is that we will just have a function, and after that what we can do, we can create some functions here. Okay, we can create a inc function. Inc function is just for increment of that counter. Okay, so we will just pass a state here, and yes, I'm doing it right. and we will have a decrement function state. Okay, and after that what we will have a add name. Okay, it will have a state. Basically it will have this state will call this name, and after that I will pass a data. What data will do? Data will carry that data from that but sorry, text field, and it will take our bring our data here. Okay, and the point state is here. We will what we will do, state dot counter, sorry, state dot counter plus plus. We will just increase that. In the similar way, what we will do, we will counter minus minus. Will have a parenthesis here, and minus this. In the add part, what we will do, state dot name is equal to data. Okay, we will just go with the data because we will pass that data as a simple string. If you pass that in a JSON format, then we can use data dot name, but I'm gonna pass it as data. Okay, so we have created our store, and now how we can use this store. Firstly, let me create a middle layout. In this navigation, I will create a nav2 dot view. Okay, I will create nav2 dot view, and inside that I will simply have a division, and it will be h1 state management test. Okay, and after that what we will do is that we will have a span, and it will say counter is. Okay, we will give something here, and span, and after that we will again have a p tag. You can give it anything, name is, name or text. You can say that text is. Okay, now how we can use this, how we can get that data from that field, and we can use that here. Okay, so firstly what we will do, you all know that being it's a data, so we have to get that data from here. Counter and text, we can give it name because I have given that name. And after that what we will do, we will just import something from import. We will import some data from where, vuex, sorry, vuex. Okay, and we will import two things. We will import, one is the map mutations and one is the map state. Okay, map state, do we really need map state here? Let's see. Okay, so what we will do, we will use this map mutations to get that data from that store and bring that data here. So inside our export function, what we will do, we will go to the computed, because our data is computed, and after that we will use triple dot for mutation, and inside that, being it's a function, inside that what we will do, we will go with the counter. We will create a variable name as counter, and what it will do, it will take a state and it will bring the state dot counter. Okay, and at the same point we want the name, so name is equal to state goes to, I'm writing right, yes, name dot state dot name. Okay, so we have done our thing. Okay, save it. Okay, and now what we can do, we have a default, no, we want to use this nav2 in my about page. Okay, so I am gonna call this nav2. Okay, and I will export it here. import nav2 from where I wanna import that layout. Inside that we have navigation, and inside that nav2. Okay, and after that we have a components comma, and just give this name nav2 copy, sorry, copy and paste. Okay, now if I will save this, let's see what it gives. State management test counter is this, and text is bound commit. Let it be, because we haven't committed anything till now. One second, let me check nav2 state. Is it right? Yeah, we have name in our index. Do we have name? Yes, we have name. Okay, so now what we will do, we will go to our this function. Okay, and now what we will do, in place of doing this, okay, in place of just calling our data from the, what you can say, directly incrementing this variable using this counter, what we will do, we will just go to the this dot store dot push. Okay, we have a function store dot push. Yes, we have a, sorry, commit. Okay, commit, and inside that commit we just have to write that function that we have given in index.js. We have inc, so we will just give the name of that function here, inc. Okay, and in this similar way, copy, paste it here. We will give dec because we have a dc over there. Okay, and now how we can get that data from that file to here? So we can just go over here, just copy this line, copy about, come here, paste it here, into copy, and we will just, one second, let me just copy the whole thing, computed, and after this we can just paste it. Okay, we have a computed name. Okay, let it be. So what now we can do, can we remove this? Yes, we can remove this counter because currently we are not using name. Save. We are here. Okay, you can see that our counter, okay, our counter is gone. We are here. Okay, you can see that. Let me just refresh it. Our counter is gone. One second, let's just check what's the error. Just check what's the error. We are not getting any error. just give some consoles here. Increment, we are giving a log. Inside increment, save. Let's just come here, inc, save. Our data, our both of the functions are getting called. So why it is not showing us the data? One second, let me just check this. State, we have a state here. Shit, sorry. What I have done wrong is that this is map. Let me just import this vuex, and this will be map state, and we have to map the state, not the mutations. Save. Okay, now let me just rerun this. Okay, you can see that we have a counter here. Okay, and in this similar way, what we have to do is that we have to just bring the state here. Okay, and just the map state, copy, paste it here, save. Okay, so you can see that we have this 0, and now if I click on this, you can see that my each and every counter is 0. Okay, and now if I want to give this data here. Okay, so what I will do now, you can play with this code. Okay, what we will do is that we will wrap everything in a form. Okay, and form @submit. Okay, and before that submit, I'm gonna give it a prevent, not passive, prevent. And before that submit, I'm gonna give it a prevent, not passive, prevent. Okay, and just add, I'm gonna give it a add name, let it be add name. Okay, edit inter name, let me give it a inter name. Your name is, okay, and we will create a function add name. Okay, and we will create a function add name. Okay. Now what we will do, we have a name here. Okay, so in order to get that name from this page, what we will do is that we have a message here. Okay, so in the similar way, the point we are pushing, committing this data from here to here, we have to check what is the function name. It's the add name. Okay, we just copy this name and we will give that here, and after that what we want to do, we want to just give that, pass that message here. Okay, so this dot message msg. Okay, and this will be passed to that data. Okay, you can, I have name here. Okay, so this is the v model, and save. Now in this nav2, how this is the name that I want to use, and this name will be reflected automatically here. Okay. My text is this. 1 second. Text nav to name. Okay. uh, nav to name. I have to get state. Yes, state is that. It's not. Get state. Yes, state is that. Now what we can do? 1 sec. Now we are getting our data from that file, and from that variable we are getting our data. 1 second. Where is about add name, and add name will get this message, and add name will get this message will be thrown to that application. Why we are not getting that application? 1 second, let me just run it once. Okay, no, it's not showing it here. Okay, 1 second, let me just nav to. We have a name. Let me just go and set this as MSG. We have a name. 1 second, let me see. MSG save, and nav to this will be MSG save. In the about section this will be nav, so let's just MSG save. One minute, that was right. That was right. What I have done here is that I have given a button. Type submit. Go. Am I getting data? Let me see. It is given one time hello, and after that why? Hi, how are you? Okay, so now it's working fine. I don't know why it was not working. Okay, so I think I can just now call this MSG function in this about page. Copy about page, paste, MSG. Let me see, will it work? I don't think so. This will not work as far as I know. Let me see, will it work? I don't think so. Oh, it's working as far as I know. So that's all for the from my part. Okay, I have shown you how we can use. Let me go to my next part. I have shown you how we can use, sorry, routing, how we can use Vuex, how we can go with conditional routing also, slash dot router part. Okay, so this was, and basically I have shown you the main things of Nuxt.js, how we can create pages, how we can do other stuff. Okay, so if you have any of the concern related to the code, how we can do something, if you face any problem in this part, just to comment me down and I will definitely get back to you on that. And this code with some modification in CSS will be uploaded on GitHub, or I think I should just post this code only. Okay, I will think about that if I should update the code or not. But the code will be uploaded on GitHub repository, and the link will be in the description below. So and the yeah, and if you're new to this channel, just subscribe to our channel, because most of the time I just bring some of the new stuff related to Flutter or related to programming. So that's all for today. Thank you. Have a nice day.